Welcome back to Photoshop Basics on PSD Touch Plus. I'm Martin Perhiniak, and in this episode we are going to learn more about how to retouch photographs. In the previous episode we learned how to use the clone stamp tool. Now I'm going to focus on the other tools like red eye removal tool, the healing brushes, and also a new feature in CS5, the mixer brush tool. So let's get started, and first I show you how to use this very simple tool, the red eye removal tool. This is under the healing brushes, so this is the red eye removal tool. I select it, I zoom closer to the image, and I click and drag over this eye in the image, then the next one, then the third one, and then this one on the right. So you can see the red eye removal tool quickly gets rid of the red color cast on the pupils, and it even leaves the original colors of the eyes untouched. Another great tool for retouching images is the spot healing brush tool. I show you that on another example. Here on the left I will show the spot healing brush tool, and on the right I will show the healing brush tool. The spot healing brush tool again is a really simple tool. It's here in the toolbar, so this is spot healing brush tool, and I will make my brush a little bit smaller, and I just simply draw over the spots on his face like this, and it automatically gets rid of the spots or any little details that you don't want to see. You can even shave the eyebrows quickly like this, drawing over this part. But we don't want to do this, I just wanted to show you. So the spot healing brush tool samples from the image automatically. So you don't even need to Alt or Option click on the image to have a sample point. It works automatically. But in some cases, you would like to show Photoshop what parts you would like to use for sampling with the healing brush tool. Now, so this was the spot healing brush tool, and on the right I will show you how to get rid of the wrinkles or the bags under the eyes with the healing brush tool. So now I select the healing brush tool, and with this tool you need to Alt click on the image where you would like to set a sample point, and then you can start drawing over the image, and when you let go your mouse, the sampling will be blended into the image like this. By the way, I like to create a new layer for the healing brush tool, and you can also do that for the spot healing brush tool. So I undo this step, and instead of doing it on the image itself, I create a new layer, and I name that layer Retouch, just like with the clone stamp tool. And for the sampling here on the top in the control bar, I set sample current below or all layers instead of using the default current layer option. Now, if you use it like this and you select that retouch layer, you will use the healing brush tool non-destructively, because the same thing will appear on a separate layer. So you see that we have our retouch on a separate layer. I can turn it on and off easily. I will do the same here on the other eye. I draw over this part as well. I sample again, and I draw over there, and I also draw over this part here. Now the only problem with this is that we went a bit too far, because if you don't see anything under the eyes, it can be too flat. So we need to have that three-dimensional feel under the eyes, and that's why I have this retouch on a separate layer, because now I can fade it back easily by clicking on the opacity and move it to the left. I can decide a point between the original image and the retouched image. So I just fade back the retouch layer a bit to have something like this. But still, if I turn this off, this is the original one and this is after. So it's still much better, but now it's more believable that we also see a bit of the wrinkles and the bags. And last but not least, I would like to show you another great tool, which is a new tool in CS5. and it's called the mixer brush tool. It's under the brush tool, so you will find it here. This is the mixer brush tool, and usually if I want to use it for retouch, I set up a soft edge brush and I use the very wet option. I show you, if you use this tool, you can quickly get rid of noise from the image and also use it to retouch the skin. So I will now start using the tool. You will see that we can easily smooth the details on the face, get rid of the noise quickly, but at the same time I can use the detail level of the image so I don't blur the image, because I leave out details like the lips and eyes, and I just use it on the skin. So you can see by clicking quickly over it, you can get rid of the noise completely, and you can even get rid of these little highlights by drawing over it from the neighboring areas of the image. You can use the same thing here on the nose and even here on the forehead by drawing over it like this, and the mixer brush mixes and blends the colors together, and that is a great tool to use to retouch portraits and to have a very soft skin like this. So now if I zoom back a bit, I can show you before and after. So quickly we could get to this point from this. I think it's also a great tool and a really nice addition to Photoshop in CS5. In the next tutorial, I will show you a great technique which is called Smart Objects, but is also a very important thing, just like masking, to be able to work non-destructively in Photoshop. Thanks a lot for your attention. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and see you next time.